Hello everybody and welcome to Organian's Puzzle Box. I know I haven't made a video in a while, and that's mainly because I've been busy. I've moved house and now I've finished painting and I've finished some of the decorating. Still establishing myself in this room, still going around with painting and adding new accessories. I've got a few walls to fill, I've got some lighting to sort out. But yeah, finally managed to get myself into a position where I can make videos again. I can upload to YouTube. I can actually work on my projects, on my Unreal project, my Blender project, and I've added an additional sort of tool to my arsenal, and that is a new computer. Been really struggling with the 980 Ti and the i5 that I had, so really needed the upgrade. Finally managed to get it, and now I can definitely start developing projects for Unreal Engine 5 with Lumen and Nanite at actually 60 FPS plus. I can actually do the work that I wanted to do and not have to switch to one lit mode all the time, because the previous computer just wasn't able to handle it. It was running at 10-15 FPS at most when I was using Nanite. And not to mention I couldn't even open the Valley of the Ancients demo, so it was horrible to work in that way. So what I've got here, I've got the Predator from Acer. So this is a PC that's pre-built, and I know a lot of you don't actually like pre-built computers. I don't necessarily like them either, but I do trust these guys have done a really good job. I mean, it's got an RTX 3070. It's got 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is not enough for a workstation, but I can definitely upgrade that quite easily. It's got an i7 with 8 cores, so that's gonna last me for at least 5 years or even more. But it's definitely a huge upgrade compared to what I used to have, and it will definitely run perfectly compared to that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox this. We can have a look a bit at the design of this model. I'm sure there are other videos online where they go through all the details of what this thing can do, the Predator Orion 3000. But for me, really, it's all about the components and how they can handle it. I would say it's also eye candy, because this does have all those RGB, sort of custom RGBs and going on. It's got a tempered glass on the side, so it's really, really good. But we'll see that in a second, and then we'll actually test it and do a comparison between the performance of what I got on my previous computer and what is on this one. So let's begin. So let us actually begin with the unboxing. Probably going to speed some of these areas up, but let's just see. Inside the box, so we've got a very extensive, very long piece of paper where it shows you how to plug things in. Definitely don't need that. It's got a manual, again, how to plug things up. I don't know who buys these computers doesn't know how to plug them in, You've got a power cable in here, so yeah, just a normal power cable. Take the cover off. Okay, so this is the front. Obviously, let's put that power cable away, and this is where it's got the ports that they keep saying that they're quite nicely tucked in here, and you've got this button in here where you can pull off and put your headsets on, so that's quite nice. I like the feel of the material. It's got quite a nice feel to it. I don't see the tempered glass on, so that's something that you can add. As you can see, it's got a grill over here, but I do have in the box, I do have another box which I'm sure has the tempered glass inside, which obviously I'm going to add because you want your PC to really bring in the colors out. So I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to take it and then start it up before, well, after I'll put the tempered glass on. I really like the slick design here. It's got some really nice logos on it as well. It all fits together. It's got this industrial look. The I/O on it is not necessarily amazing. I mean, it's got the video card, obviously, inputs and stuff, but 4 USBs, a LAN, and a USB Type-C connected, and some basic, interaction with the audio. But it's got some in the front as well, so I guess you may need to get an extension for the USB. Yeah, so we've got USB Type-C on the front, and a normal one, and a jack and a mic one. So not incredible on the I/O side of things, but still, it really matters what's under the hood for me, not necessarily how many things I can connect. That's something that, I've got loads of USB connectors, loads of hubs for that, so that's not a problem. So I'm just going to change the glass, and then we'll start this baby up and, turn the lights off so we can actually see all the RGB lights and all that stuff as well. So let's move on to stage 2. Okay, so let's begin the testing. I'm just going to open the map that I've got my scene, the one that I've been developing for quite a while now, but I have had to stop working on it due to this move. The map opens very quickly now compared to what it used to take. I'm talking about just a few seconds to open the map. It used to take over a minute to actually open it on the former setup. As you can see, I'm running it at around 24-25 FPS, but I think it's actually higher than that. It's just Unreal doesn't seem to do a very good job at portraying what the actual frame rate is. Sometimes due to actually filming, I might see a bit of dip in performance, but nothing compared to before. I could not actually record any video while I was in Unreal Engine on my previous setup. Now I can actually go for this scene with Lumen and Nanite enabled, and it looks really good, performs very well. Imagine I can do all this work in real time without any sort of problem, as previously I would have to switch from lit to unlit mode in order to do any changes, and that means that things like decals aren't even visible, and obviously the lights aren't visible, and then go back into lit mode and compare to see if I've done if I've done the job that I wanted to. When I switched over to play mode, it just used to really crash. But now I don't really see any problems with that. I can just enter the scene with my mannequin, look at this tree here, this sort of ancient tree that I've made. It's a mesh, it's an nanite mesh that's got about 4 million polygons. It's one continuous mesh, and it's got 15 UDIM textures spread across it. But it's performing quite well. I don't really have any issues with it. One thing that I do see, which might be an Unreal Engine 5 problem, is that when I open the map, sometimes the tree textures, so this large mesh in here, the textures on it won't properly load. So I've got to switch the material quality between medium to high. I don't usually use Epic. I don't see the point. I haven't seen any real differences between the two modes. But as you can see, the scene performs really well. I can definitely keep on working on this, but I might actually just call it a day and put the entire project on Unreal Engine Marketplace for a really low price if people want to get all these assets that I've created, all the foliage, the structures, that massive tree over there, and I'll be happy to share that with you all. See, right now I'm getting a bit of dip in performance, and this happens when I think it's trying to stream something. Bear in mind that everything is really cranked up to the max here. I normally keep this the Unreal Engine on this screen, so the big one over here, which is like almost a 4K resolution compared to here where it's a 1080. But again, it's performing really well on that screen, especially if I'm not recording or anything like that. So I've got no problem. But this scene is very, very full of, as I said, of geometry, textures, and so on. It's not, I wouldn't say it's optimized in any real way. I've not really gone over to the step of optimizing it. I think this project would only work good on Unreal Engine 5 because, as I said, all these meshes are nanite, so everything apart from the foliage and the landscape, everything else is nanite. Even these mountains in the distance, they are all nanite. The water is using the water simulation from Unreal, the plugin from Epic. But then I do have my own water puddles over here, which actually, for me, I like these more than these because I've got these nice reflections on them compared to the other ones. These reflections are lumen reflections, they're not ray traced. I probably could switch to that, maybe get a better result on it. The map itself is not, it's not fully populated. There is definitely a limit as to how much foliage you can add in Unreal Engine 5 before you start getting issues. This is to do with transparent textures. So if, for example, if I go above here, I might start to see some flickering, see that? And that's only in Unreal Engine 5 that it happens, and that's because I've got too much foliage in the scene. If I decrease the amount of foliage, then that problem sort of goes away. Yeah, so really glad that I've got now this computer and this setup. I can properly develop the new Unreal Engine map. I want to do a short movie going forward. I'm working on a desert type scene with some robots and an alien creature. But I'll keep you guys posted on that one. I might actually do some live streams of how I am going to develop that scene. But if you are interested in getting this one, I will put a link soon where you can get it from on the Unreal Engine Marketplace. Hopefully we'll get approved without any sort of hiccups. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching and have a good time.